we're in the house here. And there's flags up here. I'm going to take you back here. And these rooms here will take you down inside. Cab, and these are AC. The older ones are DC, so they would have just a normal plain cab, eggs, and augs. Here, I'll hold the doors if you want them. But those are panels that control all your different devices. These panels here control like relays, like the power contactors, different things like that through switching and everything else. Okay. Yeah. Power 4-year alternator. These two here are like an equipment blower fan, and one of these run a radiator fan. Run that big radiator fan back there. Yeah. These panels run that big fan back there. These are like star contactors here. There's just different contactors that are in here. There's some of your dynamic braking contactors over here. These panels here are these are IMCs. Those are like that one little panel that I showed you outside, that one with the little black one. They take the place of these 3 panels here, all those black modules. So each one of these run 2 motors. This runs 1 and 2, this one runs 3 and 4, and this one runs 5 and 6. These are all fiber optic. You see these little things right here? These are fiber optics that come in and tell you whether they're on or not. You just pull them out and a little light. Of course, there ain't one in the power. This unit isn't powered up because they got it, doing the power stuff. But when you pull those out to check to see if this gate driver's good, you'll get a little light, a red LED on there, and that comes from these here, which these are all fiber optics here too. Whoops, they're on this side here. These are all fiber optics here that run these phase modules over here. Those are all fiber optics. The other side, he was pulling out that power assembly on the other side. Those are just old power assemblies. Each one of those, these are all fuel injection. So each one of those is a fuel pump that's on top of those with the wires. Each one of them fire in sync with the engine. This one, that side over there is like 4 units deep instead of just 3 like this side. This is an older part of the shop. This is our battery charger here to charge the batteries when we charge batteries on the locomotives. And here's the office. Since we're here, let's go upstairs and see if there's anything. They should be done eating and everything right now. These are machinists. Then you have pipe fitters, laborers. There's car department. Actually, there's bridge and building. There's probably about 7 guys at the bridge and building. And these are all. These are the radiators that are up here on top. Okay. This is that's a GE. And I see now you can see all those antennas a little bit better up here up on top. Okay. And then the grid blowers are all inside those 2 windows there with the grids. Yeah. Those are grid blowers that are all inside there for your dynamic brakes. There's the horns. Okay. This is our 1 track. Hoses, yeah. Those reels, they're just starting to put them in. They're like a jiffy. They have oil, they have water, steam and stuff. Leave them on. See, this control panel here controls the whole train operation side over here. They fuel, they sand over here. Those are all safety harnesses that we have. where if they're up on top of the unit, they have to have that, they hook to that rail up there, and then so in case they fall, it's like fall protection up there, okay? And these are our sand hoses. These sand the sand into the locomotives. This is
that's a red light.
Now see, that light comes on when it's an emergency. Okay? So that way the engineers can see what they're doing in the cab in case it goes into emergency. And Todd, he's a foreman. I golf with him once in a while. And here's a 70 down here too. We haven't been in a 70, so we'll go in a 70 unit down here. Don't look like they got anything. Oh, there's another 70 over there. But here's a 70 here. Air brakes, but it has regular air brakes. But it does have a computer. You know what? They're probably working on it, so I'm not going to do anything. They're back in here in the cabin. Okay. But they're probably working on a ground relay or something on here. This is a high pot. This is where we check an insulation breakdown. It's a meter that we check all the high voltage with to see if it's going to ground. But this is a 70. These are your power supply modules. These are your modules for the computer that run the computers and everything. And see, like up here, these are just contactors and relays. They don't have all the computers like, you know, like the GEs and those other ones do. But I mean, they got quite a bit. It's still quite a bit of stuff. You got headlight resistors. Those are power distribution plugs. That's a battery charging current monitor. These are power supplies that go to feed your excitation through your SCRs and feedbacks and all that stuff. There's another one of the video cameras. They all have the video cameras in them. Okay, we're out in front. And these cabinets here has all your power contactors and everything else. I wanted to just step in because these doors come open like this, and then it comes open this way, and I couldn't get you in and then open the door. So see, these are your reversers. Those are your forward and reverse reversers, and these are your dynamic brakes. This is your SGC. This unit makes series generator this contactor makes series generator in the generator itself, or the alternator. Where the older units have a series parallel configuration, these are a straight parallel configuration, but your SGC makes transition in your generator, or in your alternator. Okay? Okay. For the dynamic brakes. This is the blower that's up here. And then you can see the blower up there. When you're in load test, this is going probably 1,000 RPM, like a second or whatever. And then there's all your grids. These are like pie grids. They're round grids. And this is the blower for dynamic brakes and for load test. Okay? I don't know if you can really see in there that good. But go get you some batteries right away, and then it will come back. And that way when we that are in the back, these are all your high voltage cables, and then they go down to the traction motors. And this is a generator. Apparently they were working in here. Those are all diodes and fuses that are inside the generator in there. And this must have had a ground because they had that megger in there, so they were looking for a ground. Okay. What I want to do, if we get some time, we'll go up on top of that ladder. That kind of shows you the yard, and it'll show you pictures coming back if we go up on top up there. Okay, see these flags? Anybody that's working on the power, your craft has to be locked out with blue flags, and then each craft or each person has to put their blue flag tags up there for safety, so that way you know that that person's on there for safety. Okay. This is our foreman John Rios here. Hey John, how's it going? Getting them ready? Huh? Getting them ready? This is 70, this is in the lead right here. This would probably be a lead load. Probably one of the newer ones that we have right here. That's a newer GE. We're working on that one too. like oil, water. There's compressor oil. Everything you got to check the compressors with. That's a sand hose. There's the sand system. Got a big tank down there. So it's quite an operation. It takes a lot to keep it all going correctly and whatever. See if everything is good with the air brakes. These could be two separate jobs here too. That's the horn. That's why you wear the earplug. You never know when that's gonna do, but I mean most of the time they gotta check it out here for part of the condition for the getting ready to go. Okay, now this is just part of the yard, and then from the hotel up there, where that hotel is, it goes way up to Grand Avenue, the yard, that's yard 9 up there. This is kind of like, oh, I don't know, the global one used to be yard 1 and stuff, whatever. Years ago, during the Northwestern time, we used to have the old ice houses and everything else that used to be here, but they've torn them all down since that time. And they used to load the ice cars on, you know, in the box cars before refrigeration came along. Make their own ice. See the tower that's over here? That's the yard tower. They kind of control the yard from up there, movement and everything else down certain tracks. They tell the engineers to shove down so many cars down certain tracks, and that's all controlled from the tower up there. And then they call the guys in the radio and tell them to shove or what track that they need to put certain cars on. Now, see, there's the backside. We haven't been really to the back there, but there's another little, it's an incoming yard down there. See those other units?
Yeah.
Not the second set, but way down. There's another little bit of a yard down there that's where they bring the units in for power. They come down this main, they go in, and then there's another little yard down there. All the units come in there, and then they work their way from east to west. Okay, the M's. Okay, they have a few more modules in them and stuff here, but they're basically like a 70. Here, can you roll that up here? See, they're basically like a 70 amp, pretty close as far as this part goes. Once it gets into this other part, then it's a whole another beast of type of a locomotive. And we're renumbering these. These used to be like an 8000 or like an 8100 or whatever. They're renumbering them so they fit in with their number sequence, because the newer ones that they get, they've got to put, like the 70Ms and the Evils, those numbers are going to the 7000, 8000 numbers, where these are other ones. Now this used to be, they don't use them anymore, but this used to be like where a computer would be for the train crew to use in here, and you know, for that type of stuff. Now let's see here. Now this here, there's two computers that are back behind there, and each one of those run a set of trucks. There are computers that are back inside there. They're Siemens computers, but these are like units that were just thrown together to come out with a product for EMD. So this was their first AC locomotive. And it sucks working on them because they're a pain in the ass, because they're just a morphodite thing, you know. Yeah.